What's the worst thing you can say in an elevator full of people? Don't say anything at all, but take the whole trip standing at the door, facing in. Pretending to talk on a phone. Well, the doctor will let me know as soon as the test results are back if it's tuberculosis. What do you mean I get to name the illness? True story. My mom and dad were in a crowded elevator while my mom was very obviously pregnant to the point of bursting. I guess she looks at my dad and says, "When are you going to tell your wife about me?" My parents are happily married. She was just pranking him. My dad said it was the longest elevator ride of his life. That noise your body involuntarily makes right before you're about to puke. I'm sorry, I have to do this. Before we start, does anyone want to get out? What's going on right now that most people have no idea about? Science is kicking cancer's ass. Almost every cancer has had treatments and drug breakthroughs in the last decade, and it keeps improving with more funding and research. The greater one-horned rhino population in India and Nepal is growing, as highlighted in the State of the Rhino Report, 2023, by the International Rhino Foundation. The collaboration among India, Bhutan, and Nepal, along with strict government protection and management, has led to an increase in their population over the past decade. The greater one-horned rhino population, which once numbered as low as 100 in the early 1900s, has increased to more than 4,014 now. What did the pandemic ruin more than we realize? I'm not sure if anyone else feels the same way, but my perception of time hasn't really returned back to normal since then. Night shift people lives. Nothing is ever open late anymore. I feel like everyone is more bitter now. Like we all saw through the sham of society. Time feels different now. Things just feel off compared to pre-2020. It ruined me on traffic. For one glorious year, as an essential worker, I had the roads almost entirely to myself. It was beautiful. Grocery shopping at 2 a.m. was the best thing ever. Now I have to shop with the rest of you hooligans and it fucking sucks. My perception on money. I worked so hard to pay off debt, save up for a new house, get promotions. Now with the rise of housing costs and inflation, I feel like money is literally such a made-up thing and I have no control over anything even with all the right decisions. What historic fact keeps you awake at night? The Bronze Age collapse. Around 3,200 years ago, nearly all ancient civilizations in the eastern Mediterranean and Near East region were wiped out in a widespread event, societal collapse that was likely sudden and violent and followed by the Greek Dark Ages, and nobody really knows what happened. It just blows my mind. The Webb telescope has the power to see up to 13.5 billion light-years away. The Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. That means the Webb telescope is taking pictures of things that happened 9 billion years before the Earth even existed. That it's a certainty that people who were as smart as Einstein lived and died working in sweatshops, agricultural fields, and as chattel slaves. Which celebrities are distractingly attractive? Young Jennifer Connelly. She's still beautiful, but back in the day. Oh God. Henry Cavill could murder me and I would thank him. Henry Cavill. It's hard to accept that I'm in the same species as him. Idris, today we are canceling my heterosexuality. Elba. Ana de Armas and Alexandra Daddario. The cast of The Mummy. Edit. Thank you for all the awards. Everyone in that movie can get it. Oscar Isaac. Rachel Weisz. Time to look up all of these hot people whose names I don't recognize. Paul Newman. When he was a young man, he could melt my insides with a look. Marissa Tomei. She is like the female Paul Rudd. She doesn't look like she is aging at all.